Well, don't blink is wing. Part 2 of trying to get some time until we can get both the sun and the moon. It's hard to see, but it's there. I was able to delete a bunch of nothing. That way, I don't have any space on the phone, but it's uploading. So all I have to do is wait. The more I'm on here, the more it's uploading. We're gonna have collision. We're gonna have collision where I'm filming enough for me to have no more space. Time will tell. So it's like a person, right? And it's a person, and I know this is a weird thing to say, but if a place can bring you this much joy, what kind of person can't, right? And again, like I was saying, the value of, hey, how was your day? Hey, hi, how are ya? There's no value for that, right? Or just being there with someone and they're your whole world. You don't need friends, you don't need family. Well, you do need those things, of course, but you have this one person where you can go back home to when you're like, holy shit, this is quality lifestyle, you know? And it's just a blessing, it's just so nice. And it's just so nice. And you don't really think about it until it happens, you know? But then, in lieu of this person, of this perfect person, because in your life there'll be very few perfect person. There'll be a bunch of shitty person, but not a lot of good person. So in lieu of having a person, you have this place, and then this place in itself is a crutch, because just like the apartment, and it's just nuts to think about. This is nuts because this is psychological. So this place brings me comfort. So I have this. This almost needs to go there. I have this craving to go there. Why aren't we going there? I like going there. Well, because we've been going there for the last 12 years. Let's try something new. The apartment, if it wasn't so comfortable, I would not have stayed here for so long. I would have got to experience more of life, you know. Without experience more of life, would I be single? Would I be in a position where, oh my god, I have missed out on life? You know? But it's not because life is so well made. The reason I'm able to do these many videos, the reason I'm able to just talk and talk and talk, because we live so little. So again, just like other people, I live vicariously through videos. They are an excuse of they're an excuse for discovering the world. They're an excuse for trying something new. They're an excuse for talking. You know. Imagine. Okay, we've been going on for about 40 minutes, right? Imagine if I didn't have that 4 minutes to talk. Did I really need it? No, you know. It's not. It's all comfort. It's all being comfortable. Comfortable being laziness. Why do I need to talk to people when I can talk to you guys? Because it's healthy to talk to people. As simple as that, right? Why do I need to go out when the landscape, when the nature corner is beautiful? Well, because it's healthier. You know? But then at the same time, yes, you live more through life through going out and shit like that, right? But at the same time, if you're comfortable, this is a good thing. Would you rather be, I use these a lot lately. Would you rather be sad and poor, sad and rich, and then happy and poor? Would you rather be fulfilled but somewhere not safe than somewhere safe but not fulfilled? You know? When I used to have my neighbors, they used to scream. By the way, we have an update out of that. And that update is kind of crazy, if you don't mind me saying so. That update is that they were screaming at each other yesterday. So like they're still screaming, and you can hear them laugh right now. Which is 5:30 a.m. You guys are up early, guys. When is a behavior? When is a normal behavior to get? So, for example, somebody that's prone to violence, somebody that's prone to aggressivity, when you see them violent and aggressive, it's not for you cannot forgive that, but it's part of their personality, you know. And lately, I've been done with bullshit. I've been having a lot of people in my life that I'm like, do I really need you in my life or not? Some of those people, it's hard to shake off though. Like they're friends for a while, and then you're like, oh, dude, I don't like this relationship anymore. I don't like this friendship anymore. You know. Yeah, but I was so fucking close. The next balcony was beautiful. I don't know. Like I'm saying, like this person, and then it's such a crazy feeling. Imagine this person represented your peace, represented your universe, represented so much for you, and you lose that person, right? And you lose that person, and like holy shit, right? This was my entire being. Or for example, with the parking lot, I lost the parking lot. So I'm like, this meant so much to me. What did I mean for the companies? What did I mean for the industries there? Did I mean something? Did I mean nothing? I don't know. And the craziest thing here is we're talking about a location or a landmark as a human being, as a person capable of feelings, right? But then it's not capable of feeling. It's material. It's not living. There's no souls. There's no, right? Look at this. Moon and sun. It's gorgeous. And then you think about it, and you're like, I'm so fucking stupid for thinking that there's a place with emotions and it matters the place I'm here, right? But then it's a place, it doesn't really matter, right? But then you think about people, and some people you won't even matter. They don't have feelings towards you, they don't hate you, they don't like you. To them, you mean nothing, which is positive because there's no negative feeling, but negative because there's no positive feelings, right? So it's all part of the grand scheme of things, if you will. And yeah, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. But that's not the main goal. The main goal, which is fucking sad, is that, you work for a place for a long time. For example, PCT, right? PCT, per city, for 8 years, 7-8 years. And you go to work there, right? And you're part of the place. And this place means a second home to you. There's just so much soul there. You're seeing, even when they're not there, you're seeing people. You feel about people that work there. You feel about the identity, the physical identity, not the emotional identity of a physical place, right? And I know it's a crazy concept, but it somehow works. You're at 62%, you're at 43%. You know? But then when you leave a place, it's bad. My mom, when she left her work, it took like a year and nobody would know her. My father had a hard time leaving work. He would go there and say, hey, I'm bored. He's gonna get mad at me for saying this, but fuck him. He's not gonna watch this. He would come to work to eat with the boys because he was feeling lonely after his retirement. Yeah. Did my mom leaving the place change things? No. Did my father leaving the place change things? No. The impact that the impact that their departure had versus the way they feel versus the departure is very different. Emotional attachment. But this is pattern behavior. This is learned behavior. So you take this very young kid, right? And they're having nightmare. And this is kind of crazy. This is really nuts. So a baby will need to be his parents all the time, right? So when it comes to sleeping, it will be with his parents all the time. And that's why young kids, they go to their parents' bed. And then when they go to the parents' bed, it's like, oh, you're a bit too old for that, right? So what they do to get rid of the kid, I said what I said. They buy a plushie. And the plushie is gonna be you're not alone, you have this plushie, right? And this plushie in itself is a emotional evolution. I used to love my parents because of my whole world. Now I love this plushie. So my world is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you get more plushies, and I'm like, oh, well, I like sleeping with this one and I like talking with this one. You know, a plushie is a way to not feel alone, first of all, but also a way to express love, because you have love to give and you like the world, right? Now, technically speaking, the plushie will not give you back the love. The fact that you're able to love the plushie, the fact that you're able to communicate love, the fact that you're able to have this over emotion, or this powerful emotion, and like, you know what, I'm gonna tell my plushie that I love him, right? You know, why do you think that babies love dogs? Because dogs are just big ball of love, right? Big ball of love. You know? Why do you think that dog like babies? Because they're a big ball of love. And you know what's insane? A puppy will become a full-fledged adult in like 2 years, right? A human being will become a small children in 7. So the dog don't see it as growing slowly. That is so weird. And yeah, fun fact is my father heard them laugh and insult me. Like, tell me their name, I want to go get them. Like, you're crazy, dad. And I was like, oh, just lock the door. Lock the door, Steph. She's like, I love my mom. She's the sweetest. She's a sweet woman. She called me yesterday. It was like very early for her. For me, it's not early because, you know, I'm crazy. But she called me very early for her, and she was still sleeping, still sleepy. And she's like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And then she said, "Did you lock the door?" And I'm like, I felt bad because she was worried, so I told her, which is not true. I told her, "Oh, let me check." And I said, "Oh my God, thanks, Mom. It wasn't locked. Thank God you called." She's like, "Okay." She said, she said, that's your whole mom, though. Don't laugh. She said, "Okay, I did my part." So you did, Mom. You're a hero. So yeah. So whenever I go to this parking lot, there's an emotional attachment, and honestly, what really is going on, and what really you can say like this is the core of it. I got bitten by a mosquito, and that it's just is that Lachine is changing a lot. So, it's changing a shit ton. It's changing like it's not changing that much, but it hasn't changed in so long, and I was starting to change. So you're like, holy shit, this is changing a lot. No, you're just not used to the change, you know. So I think I'm looking for a familiar spot. Since I'm a guy that don't go out a lot, the one familiar spot that I have is this Walmart parking lot. I like that you're broken like me. Maybe that makes me a fool. It's just beautiful. Right? But then you have 2 choices. Either, you know that you only have one landscape that won't change. So either you find a new landscape, or you attach yourself to the one landscape that you have. And the answer to this question is, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Is life a perpetual quest of finding a spot which you belong? Is life a perpetual quest of finding second homes? Life is a perpetual quest of social behavior. You want to have new friends. You lose some friends, you get some new. But then you think that, well, you know what? It's not true. Because I got a family, I got kids, they'll always be there. Then you would think that the only place that's truly yours is your house, right? Because you get to decorate it. But then you're like, yeah, but this is not a second home, this is my first home. Well, there's 2 things here. See, I've talked about a job a lot lately. A job, and I'm talking about it, and I'm talking about it nonstop, right? And the truth behind that job is, when I say it's comfy, when I say I like it, I could see myself living there. Not sleeping there, but living there. I could see myself spending 8 hours a day there. I wouldn't mind. And when you look for a job, you don't think about how comfortable the place is. I did a whole work history yesterday, and talk about a place that was super shitty, super shitty. They had no employees, and but they had baby foot table. People love that, you know. So it's kind of nuts, it's kind of crazy. Maybe life has always been about that. Being comfortable at home, but being comfortable at work. A home, far from home, and a work far from home. A place for yourself, you know. You have fun with the wife, go to work. Simple. You know? Or maybe your home can become this place where you're comfortable enough. See, my apartment is too small, and you never hear me complain about the size, but it's too small. So why is that a problem? Well, it's only a problem when it's only a problem when it's only a problem when you don't have a office. So every single place in my apartment I've worked at. I filmed the kitchen. I filmed in my bed. I filmed in the salon. I filmed in the balcony. I filmed the parking lot. I haven't filmed the alleys. That's the next step, guys. You know, so there's no differentiation between places to relax and places to work, right? I don't know. That's why so many men end up in the garage, right? They need a man cave. Because as men, our mental health is your problem, you know? Anyway. This is why a parking lot would have been the perfect landscape. We'll see it tomorrow though, don't worry about it. Did I make enough time? Did I get? There you go. Just barely. Barely. Holy shit. So you see the sun? And you see the moon. Took us an hour, but we somehow did it. Am I proud of myself? No. Am I feeling more fulfilled? No. Was it a complete waste of time? Absolutely. Did we try something new? Absolutely. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy.